I do want to check my audio really quickly before I get started here. Um, there we go. Um, and give it a second for people to jump into the live chat. Let me check my live chat. Hang on. Okay. No one's in yet, but hopefully people will join. Um, yeah, so for those of you who haven't followed me for a long time and those of you who are new, I have recorded over 1,100 videos. I started recording back in, I think it was September of 2014, something like that. And it changed my whole life, and I started reading for people all over the world. And I do have an Instagram account which does have a whole bunch of readings that I've done recently. And yeah, basically, I have gone through periods of time where I've taken time off from YouTube and time where I didn't do private readings, but I am doing private readings right now. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can check out my website, oracledaphne.com. You can also check out my Birds Fly Etsy shop. Um, but all donations are appreciated this time. I tell everybody that February has been an uphill climb as far as my rent and my bills and all that stuff. So even if you donated like $50, it still means a whole lot for me at this time. So yeah, Priscilla asked if I'm coming back. The thing is that I'm not sure what back means. Like, I have been reading, I mean, like, you can look back at my videos. I have videos going all the way back to 2014. So I'm not sure. I never really fully officially, like, I mean, yeah, there was this point in time where I left. Oh, okay. So, I see what you're asking. You're asking about my monthly horoscopes. Everybody wants to know about my monthly horoscopes. Um, and to answer that question, I cannot do that right now because I don't have a tablet. My tablet has died. Um, and it's still plugged in, and I'm hoping maybe in a couple days it'll come back, but I am not able to record on my tablet like I used to. Getting a new tablet would be $600. If I find a full-time job, then I will eventually be able to get a tablet, but it's going to be like many moons from now, and people just do not donate enough for me um, to take the time to post. Like, I posted like recently 5, I think, live recordings, and like 4 of them got less than 100 views. So in order for it to actually be worth it for me to do my monthly horoscopes, I would have to have a significant amount of donations, meaning I would have to probably get like $100 donations every day, um in order for it to really be worth it for me. Um, if that makes sense. And I rarely get donations. It just doesn't happen. Oh, hey, Toya, thanks for stopping in. So, if people donated, if people referred, if my channel was actually like where people are actually seeing my stuff, it would be worth it to me, to come back. If I had something to record with, I don't have a camera, so I can't record. I'm recording on my cell phone, and I don't even have like any cell phone stuff so I'm like holding the phone right now. In order for me to do these. So it's just not, and a lot of people miss my monthly horoscopes. But the other thing too is it's an energy thing. And I put out so much energy for those horoscopes. And for me to take all of that time and all that energy, there just was no return on that. And I still think, like, even if, let's just say hypothetically, I got a camera, I don't think I would be able to produce like I was producing. Like, I don't think I'd want to. Because even just doing these live recordings, it takes a lot of energy. It is very tiring, and it's opening up my energy to, outside energies that I don't like. I'm not a big fan of YouTube any longer. But I'm doing these because I feel called to, because I think like people need to see me I'm wearing my dad's flannel shirt, and they need to see me like as show up in the world as a person. I think more so than they need to see my horoscopes. Like, the horoscopes, I think, are for people who need my energy, but I don't have that right now to give. If I had that energy to give, I absolutely would, but I don't have it. I used to have it and I gave so much energy away. And did I really get the full return on it? Not really. Um I I enjoy the rewards of having clients, but at this time, even having clients, there's not a lot of clients. Like my goal is to have like, book more clients and do more readings. So if you're watching this, and you want me to, come back and do my monthly horoscopes, please donate. Please donate. Please refer. Please book a reading. Anything that you think you know, is going to help get me back, that would be, beneficial. Super chats. I'm not even know. I saw the whole super chat thing, and I don't really know how that works. I have to look into that. I thought about that, but I'm not able to monetize my channel right now, so I don't even know if I'd be able to. It doesn't. I don't think that that's an option for me because I'm not able to monetize. That's so sweet. Toya says that my fans will wait for me. The thing is like people are going to be waiting a long time. The whole waiting thing has to stop in some way. Like I don't want my fans to wait for me. Like I would rather people, you know, book readings, support me in that way, send a donation if possible, which Toya, you did, so I'm not saying that this to you specifically, but just be supportive in a more practical way right now because waiting isn't helping. It's just not. Time is going by. Time has passed by. The time for me um to have fans who aren't reciprocal or who don't understand what's going on has passed. That time has passed. Because I think back when I had asked for support and I asked people for that it just absolutely didn't happen. And I don't know. Part of it is because people weren't seeing the posts that I made about what was going on with me, and people were not seeing. A, they didn't know that I lost someone very close to me. B, they didn't know that my tablet was dying, or they didn't understand what that would mean. C, they didn't really understand that it's not reciprocal because I can't monetize my channel and I can't, I can't take the time to do it if it's not reciprocal. And I know that it's a smaller channel and compared to like maybe other channels, people are getting a lot more support, but my channel just has not ever had that, not really. So, so yeah, there's just something that has to shift and change with regards to my channel as far as if I was to ever do those horoscopes again. And to be honest with you, I feel at this time it's important for me to do what I feel called to do rather than what people are expecting me to do. I, feel like there's a lot of people that like the repetitiveness of me showing up once a month. But that's not where I'm at this time. Yeah. My health and just I've changed as a person, since then. I've changed as a person since I was doing those. And I no longer really want to do what is expected of me. I want to do what I'm called to do. I want to do what I feel is right. I want to do what I feel is like going to help the collective, that's going to put my light into something. I might end up doing some podcasting. I might become like a special guest on a radio somewhere. I might partner up with people on Etsy, with some herbal medicine stuff. I need to do stuff that I'm called to do at this time. I just turned 40, so it's something that it's just on my mind. The whole me recording, an entire zodiac of horoscopes every month seems to be a thing of the past. That's how I feel about it, to answer your question. So, But I do want to get going in this reading. If you guys have questions, please message me in the comments. I am going to pull a life path. Let's see what I get. I don't want to pull my guides need to pull some charms too. Okay, 2 came out, so let's see what we've got. And these are like little pieces of paper. Priscilla, for those, if you're new. Okay, so we got the mathematics path. The mathematics path is funny because I'm talking about, Beth, Oracle Daphne fitting into a square, into like a square peg, and I'm like a squiggly. I'm not, I'm not a round peg fitting into a square hole or something like that, or a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. No, this is Oracle Daphne is off the charts, a hot mess. she's not gonna just do an entire zodiac horoscopes because everybody wants her to. It's more of no. That's more of a no. But yeah, this mathematics path is somebody who's more mathematical minded, who's more of a square. Literally, souls can be more of squares. This is the person that's a little bit, or very left-brained, very analytical, analyzes every word. This can be someone on your path, not actually you. And these people can be very like, they are the pillars of society, they are lawyers, they are doctors, they are people who are like very book smart, but just like not great with people, or they're incredibly smart in some way, but they just, they just don't, have difficult time in relationships or have difficult time communicating, things like that. You may be like on this path, you may be the person that goes and is seeing the doctor a lot, or seeing the lawyer for some reason, or, going and getting your taxes done. You know what I mean? This is all very like timely. If that's you doing all those things. The message, okay, so interesting. I'm talking, like I was sharing about how right now I have no way of literally recording those horoscopes, my monthly horoscopes. I have no way of doing it. I can pull cards, but I can't shuffle when I'm holding my camera, I mean my cell phone. So, like when I say these things, to me, it feels like my fan base, or the people that like watch or listen, aren't really hearing me. And that's the thing about this path, is that this path is where you say something and someone just does not hear you. They're not thinking about what you're trying to say. They're not thinking about what's coming out of your mouth, like the tone of your voice, or how you're saying it, or why you might be saying it, or they're not taking in you as a person. They're just listening to the words. The best way to get ahead in life with people that are on this path is to negotiate, is to come up with some kind of win-win. Doing things together that are fun is going to be the key. Taking a moment to think about where people are coming from, taking a pause and listening, really, really listening. And if you can't do it in the moment, think about what somebody has said after the fact. Go back, rethink it, rework it. See if maybe you may have taken something the wrong way. This can be a lot of times misunderstandings, This can indicate living with someone for financial reasons. This could be being in school. This could be having a roommate situation. This could be having a partner. Hey, Anna, thanks so much for joining. I'm going to put my live chat up here. Can you guys see me? just so you know, I was explaining to Priscilla and Toya that the time of me doing my monthly horoscopes has really passed. I don't have a way of redoing it. I've told people that I have no way of buying a tablet at this time. I unless I was to get a full-time job like tomorrow. And the whole bug situation and pandemic situation has ravaged the whole job market. It's a total disaster and it's a total nightmare. And it's hell. It's absolute hell. And I can show you pages and pages and pages and pages of all the stuff that I've applied to, all the interviews I've gone on, but it's just like a pain in the ass right now. And I'm doing these because I feel called to do them, because I feel like these live recordings, like I just did one over on Instagram. I'm doing them because, I feel like it's a thing about using my time wisely, and I have the time to do it. So I'm doing it. And trying to connect with people and trying to be inspiring to people. It's a lot of pressure because in some way it's very depleting, and there's pressure, and YouTube always was pressure, to keep up with comments and keep up with people's emails and keep up with, the pressure to not be accurate, but like the pressure to, I don't know, save people in some way. And I can't really do that. I can't really be that person. Like, I am choosing to be the more adult version of myself, which is more about gently guiding people. And in some cases, being brutally honest and keeping a strong boundary and telling people how it really is. And I told in one of my videos over my live recordings over on Instagram that this was the year that Oracle Daphne was going to go badass. And in some way, that's where I am. Like, the time of doing 12 horoscopes is pretty much past. Okay, so where was I? I was talking about the mathematics path, thinking about things, thinking things through, creating the win. Oh, living with someone for financial reasons. Any kind of divorce, separation, and breakups on this path are really challenging. Really. Hey, Tanmay. I know. It's about being badass, Tanmay. That's what it is. I don't know. I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, there's no point in holding back anymore. I don't care anymore. I just don't. I'm going to wear what I want. I'm going to say what I want. And if people don't like it, tough shit. That's just how it is. And if I inspire people, that's awesome. But I'm not here to diaper people. And I'm not here to tell them what they want to hear. And I'm not here to be someone's dumping ground. And I'm certainly not here to make them to allow them to be complacent and allow them to be lazy and allow them to feel comfortable with whatever bullshit they're in. That's just how it is. Just gonna say it straight up. Sorry, but that's just, tough love. It's a little bit tough love. Yeah, it's more about, I'm not here to step into the role of the spiritual master that's here to save the planet. That's not my role. That's not who I see myself being. That's not how I want to operate. I want to operate in an authentic way to myself and be true to myself, but I also know what I went through before with YouTube, and it wasn't reciprocal, and I wasn't feeling it, and I didn't like who I had become in some regards, this path is about covering your ass. So make sure that you are covering your ass, working on balancing your blood budget, applying to jobs, doing all the shit that you need to do. Absolutely. The highest vibration of the mathematics path is to manage money in a healthy way, to have a healthy relationship to money, to know what's most important in life and in relationships, have a spiritual connection to things, a sense of adventure, and yeah, have a sense of adventure despite a heavy workload, tuition costs, car payments, mortgages, and multiple pets. That's what I said. It's really hard to have a sense of adventure, especially now. There's a lot of people who have a lot of responsibilities. Their responsibilities are just so, crazy that they lose their, I don't know. Yeah, they lose their sense of adventure. They lose their sense of fun. They lose their sense of perspective in some way. Let me check my chat again, just a second. I feel like I missed stuff. Thanks, Toya. Appreciate that. So I also pulled the Heron path, which is my favorite path, okay, of all time. This is the best path. So I want to say for some of you, you are very mathematically either minded or focused or financially focused at this time. Maybe you're focused on your career. Maybe you're just trying to pay your bills. Maybe you're trying to figure out what comes next. But the Heron path is an extremely lucky path, and it does herald a time when you get the call back. You get a call back. When you get an email that says the check is in the mail, that says, something positive, after, to me, the heron path, the bird, and it comes from the bird, the blue heron, okay? But I've seen, there's a whole bunch of different heron varieties. The bird is, to me, a symbol of good luck. It's a symbol of wading through the muck, It's almost like the lotus, because the lotus grows up through the muck. And the heron wades through the muck and feeds at dusk, at this beautiful in-between time. And, the thing about the heron path is that people can go through periods in their life where they're kind of in this strange twilight. I call it the strange twilight of never quite achieving what it is that they want, or feeling like they're in between things, like they're not able to nail things down, or, it's this strange in between transition period. And, I've gone through so many transition periods. In some way, for a long time, my whole life was just one long transition. And it's very difficult to be on that path for an extended period of time. Eventually, people feel like they're never going to get the call back, like it's not going to happen. But when you reach the heron path, you get the call back, you get the job, you get the check in the mail, you sell the house, you get a low rate on the mortgage, you buy a new car, you pay off your debt, you get the approval for the credit card, you make new friends, you put to rest the past, you lay down the sword, you go where your heart wants, and it's very, very close. I said it's damn close to happily ever after. You find the apartment, you buy the farm, the move goes well. This is things going well. This is being on this path. It's not like everything goes well for the rest of your life on this path. It just means you've reached a point in time where, a pocket of time perhaps, what I call a pocket, where it's a domino effect of positive things happening, So it's like, if you get the call back on the job, most likely you're going to be able to afford the new car. If you afford the new car, then you can retire the old car. If you retire the old car, then maybe you can pay down some of your debts. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you pay down some of your debts, and then maybe you can afford to get a dog. And then once you get the dog, it's just like, you start to feel happier again, because dogs bring happiness and things like that. So it's just like, to me, it's about freedom, and it's about getting onto a positive track in your life where good things are happening, and it's a healthy flow and a healthy, series of positive things happening. Some of you, this is inheriting a large sum of money too. This is inheritance. And I said, this is also about a sign from God that you've completed a very hard lesson. And after much blood, sweat, and tears, and sometimes loss, including the death of a loved one or financial loss. It's a sign of hope. It's sort of like if you've gone through a period of time where you haven't gotten what you wanted. To me, this is like finally getting what you want. It's absolutely getting what you want. Whatever it is that you've wanted, you're going to get that. It is about being psychic also. The psychic kind of is in between worlds. The psychic is very physical, but the psychic is also very spiritual. And the heron, like I said, it feeds at dusk. It's a very spiritual bird. It's like in between all at all times. It's got its feet in the muck of the water, and obviously its body is in the air, you know? So it's just very psychic. This is a shifting, changing good fortune. It's kind of like I said it's like the sun card in the tarot. I also see it a little bit like the wheel in the tarot, only when the wheel turns for the good, turning of the good. That's what I want to say. This is about celebration, dancing, taking a drive, walking around at the sunset. But there's like a special quality to this where it's a very like peaceful quality. It's not like taking a drive or something during at sunset with someone who you don't like or who you're arguing with or who isn't treating you right. It actually is a romantic vibe. If you're on this path, it's going to be like the highest vibration of everything that you're doing. So like again, it's like a good callback. If you're going for a date or something, this is a good date. If you're looking for a place to live, this is finding the house. Originally, the heron also indicates moving, and it's just not my favorite in the sense that there usually is a moving of house, physical moving of house with this heron path. So at some point in time, there'll be a move. Does that mean it's immediate? No. Some people start to think about things that might happen later in time, but it's just not immediate. So you don't have to panic. Please don't panic. This is about feeling good and starting fresh. And to me, the other symbol would be like if you see like a dragonfly. If you see a dragonfly, somewhere, then it's a time of like starting over. So some of you might start over in a relationship. Some of you might start over in the sense that you might have a new relationship come into your life, It's all very possible. Okay, so I'm going to pull some other cards. I'm not resonating with these cards. It's too shuffled. It doesn't make any sense. Do you guys have any questions? It's so funny we're talking about that bird, and there is one card that comes up, and it is the mirror reflection. It's mirror reflection. The mirror reflection usually talks about a wall that comes down, like someone opens up. To me, this is like an opening. A lot of times this is very emotional. Like, this is crying. This is like, opening your heart to someone. But usually this can also indicate, like, say you got a call and call back on a job, let's just say hypothetically, or someone calls you and delivers some news. This is where your reaction to that is like suddenly it's just like whatever it is that you've been holding, like whether it's a wall or whether it's like some kind of emotional anger or like whatever, all of that kind of gets washed away. It's kind of cleaned away. To me, it's a beautiful energy of water, to me, of the water. And it's um, connecting to someone on an emotional level. That's what I see. Um, it's so funny. You guys got the solar consciousness card too, which is about the connection to the sun, feeling connected to other people, go being outside, spending time outside, making new friends, feeling loved and supported by friends. This is important too. This has come up before, but I'm saying it. There's also beings in spirit who are supportive. It's not just about like having friends here on planet. This is like having friends in spirit, knowing that you're loved and supported no matter what you do. That's part of it. Um, There is something about passion here, having the passion. We got the Ace of Wands, having passion for someone. Yeah, things being washed. You know, the funny thing, Ten May said he had the feeling of things being washed clean, um, when he was out for a walk. Yeah, I think this springtime energy, and I started to feel a little bit of it today. Um, is going to shift things in a positive direction for a lot of people. You know, it's going to feel warmer for a lot of people, and people are going to start to feel a little bit better in general, not just about themselves, maybe about life in general. Um, I feel like there will be an improvement in finances for a lot of people. I think, and healthy spending, maybe going shopping, maybe buying something that you've needed or wanted for a while. Ah, oh, okay. So funny this card is coming up. Okay, so we got the card here about what is this? The Seven of Cups in my Marseille my Marseille deck, which is about determining what's most important. And this is getting married for love. This is um determining. Okay, so it's like this has been coming to me like every day. I don't know how long it keeps coming through, and I don't know why. It's that part in the movie Dead Poet Society where Robin Williams says poetry, romance, love. These are the things that we stay alive for. And it's the way he says it. He's teaching these kids about what's most important in life, And so poetry, romance, love, And for some of you, it's coming up with that determination, determining what is it that you're staying alive for? What is it that you're wanting? What is it that you still want to do? What is it that calls to you? What is it that's important to you? What kind of work do you want to do? What kind of relationship do you want to be in? Those of you who haven't prioritized love for a long time, this is needing to prioritize love, realizing that love is the most important thing. Because we could, and this is interesting because we have the herring cards. This reminds me of like the energy that I had when I lived in Omaha. This was a huge lesson for me to learn. It was huge, huge, huge. I don't know what was happening at that time to make me go through this, to feel this way, but I felt like at that time, I had done so much in my career. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Is that better? Let me check my audio. Okay. My audio is still on. Okay. So like I was saying, when I lived in Omaha, I went through this period of time where I was looking back at my career going, I had been just really, really like working like a lot. And never really stopping. Like there were some periods in my life where I wasn't working, but they were very short periods of time, couple of months, maybe at the most, some maybe 6 months tops. And for the rest of my life, I had been working very, like a lot. And I was looking back at my career going, it doesn't amount to anything. Like it just doesn't, like, what have I been doing this whole time? You know? And I felt like all that time I was doing that, all that stuff, and I had put, I put romance on the back burner for a long period of time. Um, I had put a lot of things aside just so that I could focus on my career, just so that that could be my priority, and that had to be my priority because I lived alone. I didn't have like a male counterpart that I lived with where I could say, yeah, we're going to take this year off, or we're going to take that year off, or we're going to, you know what I mean? Like it was just always me fending for myself. And um so the funny thing is I think you might, some of those of you who are watching, you might be either going through a time of reflection where you're looking back on your career, or you're trying to determine how you want to go forward in your career, like what's most important to you in your career, and like what do you want to be doing with your life, you know? And if you've put, you might find that if you've put real romance like on the back burner for a period of time, and like just because of career, you might find yourself feeling very dissatisfied. Because at the end of the day, you know, with love and with relationships, it's more personal. With career, or just working a job, 9 to 5, whatever it is, it's just not personal. It's just time, you know? Um, and I'm not saying like we all have to work, I'm not saying don't work, okay? Like, no, it's not like that. It's just that, this is about, this time that you're going through is about determining what's most important for you. It's about determining what's most important in life and doing those things. This is also positive changes in finances, and just positive changes overall. And being in a relationship where money is, like, the relationship itself is not about the money. It's not about, being comfortable. It's not about, how much money is saved up so you could go travel the world together. And also, like, guys have this thing too. Like, it's weird. I'm going to talk about this just real briefly, and then I'm going to wrap up here. Maybe pull another card or two, and then wrap up. My phone battery is actually down to 15%, so I don't have that much time to talk about this. But which is another reason why I absolutely need people to donate right now, because I have to, like, I really want to get a tablet. In order for me to continue recording, I have to get a tablet or a camera or something. But I was talking about, being in a relationship where it's not about money. And I was talking about how guys have this thing where they're competing with other guys, and they think like it's like an ego thing, and they're kind of intimidated because they're all kind of competing against each other for how much money they make and what they can provide for a family and what they can do for somebody else. But they're really missing it, because when you marry for love, it's not going to matter how much you have. You could have $5 in the checking account. You could have $100 million in the checking account. But when you love someone, you really love someone, you want to be with someone, it's never going to be about the money. It's never going to be about how much money you have. And it's never going to be an exchange of, I'm going to sleep with you and then you're going to, take me out as a reward. Get rewarded for that, or provide for someone as a reward, or be that person. It's not that way. Like, to me, this card is about really loving someone. And actually, when you're influenced by love in this way, you kind of see the world through like these rose-colored glasses. And I used to have these funny rose-colored glasses when I was in high school. Oh my God. It's so embarrassing. Oh, to even talk about it anymore. But I did have these funny rose-colored glasses, and it does color the world, you know, in a different way. Like when you love someone, you know, your whole life is better. It shifts to being better. That's the thing. Some of you do want to have, like, settle down and have a family, or, you know, there's a desire to have, you know, to settle down, have a nice house, have money, and someone to share it with. There's nothing wrong for it, wrong with that. And there's nothing about having a nice house or having a family or having all that stuff. It's just that, and, you know, from what I'm seeing with the energy, you're just going through this period of time where you're determining what's important to you. What's most important to you. I don't really see anything else that I can talk about here. I pulled the grounding card, and it's funny because my guide has been showing me this, you know, especially in my readings. So anything that you can do to ground your energy, whether it's going out for a long walk, going for a bicycle ride, you know, doing some, you know, yoga, taking like 4 deep breaths, you know, moving a little bit slower, is going to help you right now. Any kind of grounding is going to be very helpful right now. Focusing on your root chakra, also very helpful. I think I'm going to leave off here. I do have to go because of my cell phone, but thank you guys so much for listening, and commenting and being awesome. I'm going to check my live chat here if there's anything anybody said. The thing that you said, Tan May, I want to talk about the rain for a minute. There is something very healing about the rain. So if you can get outside in the rain, that would be good. But it's just more of like feeling, yeah, like healed by spring a little bit. I feel like the spring is going to bring a little bit of healing, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to leave off there. Thank you guys so much. Send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. I wish you guys all the best. All right, take care. Bye.